Well, I did what a lot of YouTubers do, and I said, well, it's fixed, it's done, look at me, I fixed a salvage car. And, well, rarely is it actually fixed. They finish a car, they say a project is done, but...
It reminds me of someone.
Who?
Hugh Hefner. Always smiling.
I guess he was, yes. Hopefully he had a little more than 0.9 liters packing under the hood. Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube. And I have just arrived up at the Car Wizards with my latest purchase, a 1959 Austin Healey Bug-Eye Sprite that I bought for $20,000 from my friend Urination Bob. And the moment I tried to drive off after we shook hands, well, it stalled out. It actually quit running. The problem is it's vapor locked. The heat of the outside air is atomizing the fuel before it's entering the engine, and after running it for a long time, then leaving it to sit, well, it vapor locks. So I didn't trust driving it all the way up here, but I'm sure it's a very easy fix. Not sure what else is wrong with it, but I towed it up with my 2005 Escalade that is Riptide Blue. And I have no idea why you guys didn't like my Riptide Blue Escalade video. It had the most dislikes of any video I've done in a very long time. I have no idea why you were so annoyed by this beautiful Escalade. I promise I won't say the color ever again if you hit the like button right now. But let's unload the Bug-Eye Sprite, get it into the Wizards, and check in on some other cars, including the Maybach, which I'm afraid may be unfixable. Wizard!
What in the world?
Look at it. Oh, you're giving it a hug? It is very cute, isn't it?
It's so cute.
Yes, I had to buy this from Urination Bob. Oh, 1959, Austin Healey Bug-Eye Sprite.
It's smiling all the time.
Very, very smiley, very happy, very fun. I did not expect it to be this much fun to drive, especially a car with 0.9 liters.
It reminds me of someone.
Who?
Hugh Hefner. Always smiling.
I guess he was, yes. Hopefully he had a little more than 0.9 liters packing under the hood.
I hope so.
45 horsepower, maybe at the end. But yeah, so despite the horsepower, it is really fun.
Yeah.
It is leaking a lot of oil, and it vapor locked on me.
Oh no.
Basically quit running after I was driving it for a while, turned it off, went to turn it back on, ran badly for a little bit, then quit. Now that it's cooled off, it's running fine, so classic vapor locking symptoms of the carburetor. So we could look this over, but I know you've made a lot of progress on a lot of things, so let's go around and take a look, huh?
Let's do it.
Yeah, so I see the Porsche is sitting up high. This is my 1979 Porsche 911 SC Targa that got converted into a convertible. There's bits out here.
There's the transmission, the CV shafts.
It's
And those came out of the transmission when we drained the oil. Little tiny little bits.
That's teeth from gears?
Yeah, that or synchronizer teeth, or I'm not sure what. It looks like teeth from a gear.
Okay. Well, I have made the decision to try and save the engine. We're going to do a dirty rebuild with my friend Leonard in Arkansas, who used to work for Roof. He has a Porsche collection, and he said he could do a relatively cheap rebuild for me, so we're going to send it off to him. The engine's not any... Where's the engine?
It's right over here. Let's go over there.
Well, that looks like a Porsche engine. Okay. Well, it's gonna need a lot. We found broken head bolts on this side, yes?
It was on, yes, on this side.
And that's why zero compression and low compression on this end, strong compression on the other end, which is encouraging.
Yeah.
The center cylinder, strong compression, but a lot of parts I imagine going to need to be replaced, like the injectors, which is why it quit running in the first place. This ignition stuff doesn't look too strong either, but it was working.
It was working.
The fuel distributor here, pretty infamous for crap and that old fuel in there. So either way, I'm going deep into this car, and I probably shouldn't, but this is not the channel of good decisions.
It is the dumbest automotive YouTube channel.
Absolutely, absolutely. Which the Maybach is another example of that. But let's go back to good news here. Let's go back to the countach. Yes, my 1989 25th anniversary countach that was doing perfect, running perfect for me for 6 months, then started misfiring like crazy. You sent the ignition control off somewhere?
Yep, the ignition module, the coil, and the distributor we sent to Permatune. We've gotten the module back and the coil. We're just waiting on You can see it over there. It looks stock. They just gutted the old shell and put their own components inside.
For full concours points. Because this is a very nice car, so I wanted to do everything right. So once the cap and rotor gets back, then it'll run again, hopefully. Yep. You also did the ground wire fix that my friend Brian recommended. Mm-hmm. So then the only thing left will be to get the air conditioning going, and then it's ready for the countach rally, which is in California. I get to take this on Laguna Seca, on the track, not at speed. The Quail, which is a big thing. Drive it down Highway 1. It'll be amazing. So very excited there. Yes. And good progress here. Well, I'm not ready for bad news yet, Wizard. So let's do more good news.
The 280 SE is done. It's
done. Okay, let's go over there.
Yes.
So we're talking about this, the 1973 Mercedes 280 SE 4.5, which is the car that nobody wanted. I bought it for $9,500. It had been for sale for a long time and nobody bid on it, even though it's very nice, original paint, original interior. It just had some issues, like the horsehair padding falling out, but that's fixed.
Yep, we sent those to Low End Upholstery here in Newton, and they put new cushioning and they fixed a few panels, and the seats are in tip-top shape now.
AC's working.
AC's working.
The rear differential has a new boot on it.
Yep.
Okay.
And new seals right here on the quarter windows.
No more whistling there.
Yep. And we fixed the speedometer. There was a little drive gear, the little piece was broken, and you had a good used one that came with the car, so we installed that and got it working. Everything you wanted done is done.
Every little odd and end there. So I do have a build today.
Oh yes.
Okay. Wagoneer. Also done?
We're waiting on the little button to dry on the windshield for the mirror, and then it's ready.
Wow. Okay. Well, that is good news. And speaking of urination, Bob Pickups, this is the other car that he bought of that 3 I was talking about in the last video. This was the third one, the Super Performance Big Block Cobra, which you're going to do a video on, yes?
Yes.
So I'll just do a quick walk around, but these are not, it's not the real deal, obviously. It's a replica, but the good replica, Super Performance, that's like a $150,000 build new with the big block and the side pipes, really, really well done. But some issues that you're going to go through in your Wizard video. Mm-hmm. Very cool. It is nice. This is basically the one car that'll pay for almost all of them, which is why I was trying to get him to sell me the Porsche cheap, and well, got a pretty good deal on the Bug-Eye, I think.
Yeah, I think you did. Especially in the boom that we're in, you did a good,
right.
Good on it.
Well, it depends on what you find wrong with it. But yeah, let's get to the bad news here. So my Maybach is back, and this was a car that I bought salvage, had a big hole or wreck down the side of it. And, well, I did what a lot of YouTubers do, and I said, well, it's fixed, it's done, look at me, I fixed a salvage car. And, well, rarely is it actually fixed. They finish a car, they say a project is done, but there's so much more to do. I knew there was cosmetic things like the windshield and the tires, but when I started driving it, I noticed there's some electrical problems, like the radio not working. Mm-hmm. And you discovered it was completely smashed?
Yeah, the module, it actually sits right in the area where it had the Wolverine cut across it. And it was just busted and broken.
Lovely. So the radio powers up, then boots off.
Yep.
We also have a lingering electrical problem that is draining the accessories. It'll still start every single time, but then it'll say low power, some functions unavailable, and that's because the secondary battery is getting drained by something that's staying on. Maybe when the new module goes in,
that might solve it.
Might solve it, but then there's like 6,000 other modules in this car that could be draining it. Mm-hmm. Like the C-Class, it's really common for the seat motors to be doing that, but this is a Maybach with 10 times the complication. That's been wrecked and kind of cobbled back together. Well, I mean, it's done well, but still, it's an old Maybach with all the complication and, you know, a lot of things to go wrong. There's other things, too. What was the other thing?
Motor mounts.
Oh, the motor mounts, yes, classic V12 thing that can be fixed. But here we are again, kind of like the CL65, where things just keep happening and happening and happening. And now I have a 123,000 mile salvage tile Maybach that I'm going to have to be constantly spending money fixing. So anyway, I'm in a bad situation, but I'm not ready to give up just yet. Even though I'm $45,000 into this thing, I'm not ready to give up. We got the radio module coming from Latvia.
Latvia.
Yes, my Latvian friend is hooking us up there. That's $450?
Yes.
$450 for a used module that hopefully works, that doesn't need a programming or whatever. We don't know if it'll work. And continue from there. So hopefully that's the end of the negative, and the Bug-Eye is very, very nice, but let's see this little thing up on the lift. You could almost lift it probably one-armed, Wizard.
I hope I can get it on a lift. It's so tiny.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's like a little puppy dog.
It is a puppy dog, for sure. But the whole face comes up. Isn't that cool? I imagine the hood unbolts and then it's very easy to work on, or you can just sit on a stool here, but 0.9 liters, Wizard.
Austin!
But still dual carbureted, which is hilarious for 0.9 liters, but you probably have some tractors outside that have more horsepower than this thing, 44 horsepower.
Very likely, yes.
Yeah, but a big oil leak from somewhere. I can see the valve cover gasket's leaking a little bit or a lot, but I'm concerned about that. And the solution for vapor locking, I just don't know. When it was stalling out, we had the hood popped, and I was touching this, whatever that is, and it was just too hot to even touch. It was boiling me, which is probably where fuel is, right?
Yeah, there's a float in there. Well, we're hoping everything is positive on this, and it says it's positive earth, so let's hopefully we keep it a positive earth right now.
Yes. So what do you think would fix my vapor locking issue?
I think we could put a small electric pump. It's very likely just basically vaporizing the fuel that's sitting in there. You need to crank and crank and crank and crank to fill it back up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's already a little heat shield here, but that's not really doing the job. I guess they already wrapped this fuel line to try and help with it, but
yeah,
you'd wrap all this. It looked kind of ugly, right? What is this? Is it the wiper motor?
Yeah, that's the wiper motor.
And then a reservoir for brake or clutch, or maybe both? I
think both are right there, yeah.
Interesting. And the intake? Kind of interesting. It's just a hole right there.
That's for your heater.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's your heater core right there, just in a box.
Huh. Overall, a very, very nice car.
It is. It's a sweet little car.
Yeah, the oil leaks, though. Any ideas?
We'll get it on the lift and we'll find out.
Well, that was probably the most unstressed I've ever seen your lift, ever.
It's like lifting a cardboard box.
I suppose. But very, very teeny tiny. Look at these teeny tiny wheels. Teeny tiny brakes.
Look at this tiny little shaft it has. I guess it's exhaust.
The exhaust, yes. Don't hurt its feelings. Come on. Come on. Oh my God. That's a lot of oil there.
Looks like that's what's leaking.
What, just the drain plug?
Yeah. Let's look up here. It's like timing cover gasket right there.
Oh. Yeah. I see that.
I think that's about it.
Okay.
There's some little copper washers leaking here. Just needs to be probably snugged up. That needs some pipe thread compound on it. That'll take care of that.
So the transmission drain plug here, and then this is for the speedometer? Is that what that thing is?
Drive
Speedo
for
cable?
the speedometer, yep.
Okay. So just normal car sitting for a long time stuff, huh?
Yes.
All right. And that's basically a lawnmower engine, so taking it apart shouldn't be hard.
That is the tiniest little differential.
It is a little bitty thing, isn't it?
Wow, it's so cute.
Very, very cute. Boy, that looks kind of...
It's a weird spring.
Yeah. This suspension here is like half a leaf spring.
And the really interesting thing is it has a shock absorber. It's called knee action shock absorber. You see it?
Oh, sure enough.
That's your shocks.
Yeah, and there's like a leather strap here to keep it from going too far down,
yes.
I guess?
Yeah, that's what that does.
What the heck? And a bump stop. Well, that is a very, very odd suspension setup, but
it is very strange.
Handles great. So is this for my brakes?
Well, it's for your parking brake, yeah.
Oh, okay, so it does both rear brakes. Yep. Interesting. You pull that lever and it turns that.
Here's the hydraulic lines that does the normal brakes.
Okay.
And this is your parking brake.
Oh, it's just so cute, isn't it?
It is. It's very cute. Liam sized.
That's my 1-year-old. Yeah, it is like a baby-sized car. It is adorable, absolutely adorable. But I really don't know if this is expensive to fix or cheap to fix. It's a 50s British car, so it should be a nightmare, but it looks so simple.
It looks very simple. Labor-wise, I don't think you're going to be out a whole lot.
Okay.
But finding the parts and gaskets and things, we'll have to see.
Well, I guess you can look it up on your computer, and you have a bill for me on a few cars, right?
Yes.
I actually reminded you this time.
Yes, you did.
I'm getting better. All right, Wizard. What's the shopping list today? It's puppies?
Yeah, the bug eye is so cute. It just made me want a puppy.
It's like a puppy, but these are $3,500 puppies. But
these are King Charles Spaniels.
Oh, he's already been adopted. Somebody paid $3,000 for a dog.
Yeah, I'd like to as well. Look how cute it is.
Well, there's no way a bug eye's buying you Clara, the puppy. There's no way.
Okay.
No way.
It could. You never know.
Oh, it's so cute. It is very puppy-like, that car.
It is very puppy-like.
For sure. Is the build puppy-like?
It is. It's small, actually.
Wonderful.
I'm kind of disappointed.
Okay.
So your timing cover gasket, the gasket itself is $1.51. The labor is the big part.
Uh-huh.
$2.50 for the labor, so $251.
Wow. I'll take it. Okay.
That includes the front main seal.
Wow. If only.
Yeah. On the oil drain plug on the engine, we'll just go ahead and drain it, do an oil change, and reseal it. $75.
Perfect.
On the transmission, we'll reseal the copper washers. We'll go ahead and service the fluid with it and seal up the drain plug. $150 for that.
This is awesome. Okay. Yes.
Install electric pump to solve your problem with it vapor locking. $300.
Ooh. Okay. There we go.
And valve cover gasket, $100.
Okay.
Under $1,000, $900.
$900. Well, 1950s cars, so simple, so cheap.
It is.
So nice, even though it's British. Wow, that's
Everything's
fantastic.
so small and cheap and easy to get to, and
Have at it, Wizard. $900. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bat an eye. So that's
well,
much
before we
wonderful.
go,
Yes.
you might bat an eye at this. This is the 280 SE bill. There's 2 pages actually.
Oh, crap. $3,880.
Yes.
That's more than what you quoted me in the inspection there, Wizard.
Yeah. Well, both of your window regulators were broken.
Ah.
We had a lot more things wrong.
That was $1,000 just in window regulator. Oh, no, more than $1,000. $487 per regulator.
Per regulator.
$150 in labor.
Yep. The labor wasn't so bad. The parts were.
Okay. Well, that sucked because everything else was right within your quote.
Yep.
So his front windows were a little thumpy and one was getting like to where it barely worked. So, jeez. Maybe that's why it's the Mercedes that nobody wanted. But still, I'm under 15 grand into a classic, original, beautiful car.
Everything works on it now.
It makes no sense why those cars aren't more desirable, aren't worth more, especially the convertible versions of them being so much, and the coupes being so much. Why is the four-door worth like 1% of a convertible?
It doesn't make any sense.
So weird. Okay, well, this hurts, but not too bad. This is wonderful.
This
Yes.
is great.
I love that bug eye.
The bill is small, just like the car.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you for watching.